Good afternoon, gang. A little late for lunchtime, but I was busy doing things. And now, of course, it's going to take me a little bit of time to edit this and everything. So it's going to get up a little after lunch. Uh, Fun one. Mr. P and I had a ball last night. It's springtime living in the country. You got to love this. But not only was she up in the middle of the night and came down, we had a mouse in the house. Then last night before we went to bed, we had a snake in the house. So there's nothing like doing a little snake wrangling in the middle of the night. But yeah, so, living in the country, right? Okay, some things that maybe you guys aren't used to dealing with. But yes, move out to the woods and that's what you deal with. All right, so what I wanted to give you guys a little bit here is all the information we get, okay, from God knows whatever sources. I mean, if you look at Russia, Ukraine, and all the comments on propaganda coming out left and right, you've got our media here in the States, and I pretty much assume it's in any other country too, that, is so biased. It's not news anymore. It's, 24/7, the editorial page of the paper. It's like, okay, let's take this fact and spin it to whatever we want. We've talked about, but I mean, people know, who the hell believes polls anymore? I mean, go back to 2016 and up until the last votes were counted, even on the day of the election, the media was saying, Hillary is going to be the new president, yada, yada, yada. It's like, okay, because polls are wrong. I want you to take a look at something. And the media wonders why we don't trust them, okay? Both of these stories came out this morning. Now, if you know what's going on, we have Ketanji Brown Jackson, or Ketanji, pronounced Ketanji Brown Jackson, is Biden's nominee for the Supreme Court, okay? Now, I know next to nothing about her until this. I haven't heard anything, never heard her name. I don't live in D.C. I don't have any deals with the court, so why would I know her? Okay. But we all know the story that, the greatest criteria that she has is that she's a black female. Who cares about her legal experience? She's a black female. There's a lot of black females in this country. Could any of them have been nominated to the Supreme Court? Who knows? Okay. And the public is, as usual, divided. We know that the division in the United States is absolutely ridiculous, and whether it's Republican, Democrat, black, white, male, female, urban, suburban, rural, gay, straight, I mean, pick it, okay? You could have any sort of division you want whatsoever, and it exists. But I want you to look at this, okay? And so here's the first article. And if you see, it was up on Newsmax this morning. Gallup poll, 58% favor Ketanji Brown Jackson Supreme Court confirmation. Okay? Good news for her, all right? Now, look at this one. This one is Politico. Just 47% say Supreme Court, Joe Biden's Supreme Court nominee should be confirmed. Now, I want you to understand this. Gallup and Politico are both large polling news organizations. Both of them are also liberal news organizations. Okay, so it's not like I pulled one here that was a conservative polling place and one that was a liberal. These are both liberal pollsters. How do you get an 11% disparity? More importantly, how do you get plus minus the 50% line? Okay. If you look at the two polls, according to Politico, more than half the country does not want her confirmed. But if you go by Gallup, more than half the country does. Okay, and that's pretty much how the United States works, is majority rules. Okay, give or take. I mean, you have elections. How does a president get voted? Whoever wins the majority in the state gets the states. How do you elect congressmen? Whatever would be. Majority rules, okay? If it's 50.001 to 49.999, the 50.001 wins, okay? Regardless of what the other one said. But so the media wonders why there's so much vitriol spread about them. I mean, besides the fact that you get, Don Lemon's criminal aspirations, Chris Cuomo, the crimes they commit, the blatant racism of a Joy Reid, whatever it is, talking out of both sides of your mouth like you get from a Neil Cavuto or something like that. You can pick any channel, all right? And I think I just hit pretty much the major ones, CNN, MSNBC, and Fox. They're all guilty of this, okay? We don't even have to get into the networks. I mean, what ABC, CBS, and NBC think. But you wonder why we don't believe them. It's because there's no effort put in whatsoever. If I'm the writer of, let's just say, the Politico article, and the Gallup article came out first, and somebody comes up to me and says, we did a poll and we got 47%. My first question to them is going to be, do you want to go back and check this? Because Gallup did the same poll and got 58%. Something's not right here, okay? And if they come back and say, yeah, our numbers are good, whatever it is, this is what we did, these are how we determined it, wonderful. But this will tell you why everything that we see on the news is bullshit, because they twist it to whatever they want to see. Now, I mean, the funny part is Newsmax is notoriously conservative, okay? And they were the ones that posted the article, the Gallup article, about the 58%. You think that would be the other way around. You think they'd be jumping for joy on the 47%. But, then you look at the 47%, that came out on Breitbart. Breitbart also is notoriously conservative, okay? So two conservative websites reiterated the information from two liberal polling organizations that were vastly different. How in the world can anybody trust the media? This isn't even close, okay? How in the world can you trust the stories that come out of Russia, the stories that come out of Ukraine, the stories that come out of Washington, D.C.? Guys, this is what propaganda is. This is what we see over in Europe. This is what we see on all the hot button subjects, which I can't talk about. It's all propaganda. They spin it and spin it and spin it and take the information they want to fit a narrative. We know that. There's no surprise there. I just wanted to show you blatant proof that when everybody says to you, oh, you're just a conspiracy theorist, this is what the truth is. You just want to believe some conspiracy. No, right here, right there is proof beyond a shadow of a doubt that everything that we talk about all the time with being lied to is true. Pinball out.